We had to cancel our annual end-of-year CBS correspondent panel due to the COVID pandemic, but we still want to bring you their predictions for 2021.
This time last year, I predicted 2020 would be the year of maximum danger. That turned out to be an understatement, although truth be told, I was talking about Iran and North Korea and didn't have a clue about coronavirus. I'm backing off this year and predicting that 2021 will be the year of maximum testing. China, the emerging superpower, Russia, the declining superpower, and those two rogue states, Iran and North Korea, will start nibbling away at the edges, testing to see exactly where the red line is for this new Biden administration. That's going to produce dust-ups and run-ins with the U.S. military and make for an exciting year, but one that is hopefully not as deadly.
I predict in 2021, President Trump will seek out his own television platform. Of course, before he came here to the White House, he was a very successful entertainer and reality television star, and he brought a lot of those skills to his campaign rallies, which attracted very large audiences, but were often filled with false statements. He may try to recreate some of the trappings of the office he currently holds, either recreating the Oval Office or Air Force One, something to remind his supporters that he was president and may want to be again.
My prediction for 2021 is that no matter who wins the Georgia runoffs, the Senate is going to be so evenly divided that we could see a resurgence in power of the moderates from both parties to shape policy, to control the agenda. So it'll be interesting to see which issues they tackle next.
At least one of President-elect Joe Biden's cabinet nominees will not make it through the confirmation process and ultimately serve in the cabinet. Why predict that? Because history suggests, recent history at least one of those cabinet picks will falter in the Senate confirmation process for whatever reason. Who is it? Why does it happen? That part's unclear, but history suggests at least one of them won't make it.
The Biden administration is going to have to find a solution to bridge this gap between the community and law enforcement. We have not seen this ongoing issue solved by the Trump administration. There were some overtures. They did not work at all, frankly. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the Biden administration to find a solution to this ongoing tension.
The biggest story on the transportation beat in 2020 was the rapid collapse of the airline industry and the larger travel sector. Tens of thousands have lost jobs, and the airlines are saddled with billions in debt just trying to survive. Service has been slashed. Now in 2021, I hope we see the coronavirus finally recede, which will swing the airlines into recovery mode. Travel will be different. Options will be fewer, and it's an open question how much business travel comes back. That's the lifeblood of the legacy airlines and could be make or break for some carriers.
Recently appointed special counsel John Durham will continue his criminal investigation into the origins of the FBI's 2016 Russia probe. Durham's work will not be curtailed by a new attorney general. If Durham completes his work next year, it's more likely than not the findings will go beyond human error and bad judgment. This case is so much bigger than politics and an election cycle. It's not a Republican issue. It's not a Democrat issue. I believe it's an everyone issue because of the extraordinary powers vested in the FBI and Justice Department to conduct investigations.
Democrats won the presidency. That's the inside the Beltway story. But outside the Beltway, the Democratic story will be grim indeed. Why? Because Democrats did not win more state legislative seats and, importantly, state legislative chambers. Why does this matter? Three huge issues will not go their way because Republicans in those legislatures, influenced by former President Trump, will fight doggedly on three big issues: gun control, protecting gun rights, police budgets, protecting them, and especially voting rights. In the post-Trump era of Republican grievance about elections, those Republican legislatures will fight harder to restrict access to the ballot.
I predict that the Biden administration will have to convince the world that America is still best positioned to lead it, and that may be harder than planned. The U.S. will remain consumed with its own problems at home, and the world has changed a lot since 2016. Adversaries just witnessed how vulnerable the U.S. is to both a major health crisis and a cyber attack, which means the new president will have to build up defenses against bioweapons and hackers. Russia will not allow itself to be ignored, and tension with China will continue. And that's it for us for 2020. We hope you have a happy and a healthy and a safe new year, and we will see you next Sunday in 2021. For Face the Nation, I'm Margaret Brennan.